How many of us have them friends?
9 to 5.
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 You can also order
basis. You got it. Go ahead, ball.
And I have multiple like I forget what they're called, but like those from
USB cords.
It's not a USB. It's a.
I feel like the shipping cost.
Is it ISB? Maybe.
I feel like the postal service shipping cost would cost just as much as the cord does.
Yeah, I just have to go get it.
But they got packages, so you can get like 3 of them.
Danny's just being lazy.
A couple dollars.
Yeah, I just need to hit up somebody that accidentally took it when I was recording something else and get it back from him. So sorry for no sexy sound effects, no mac and cheese.
Thank goodness.
Thanks. Honestly, please don't. Matter of fact, just don't get it back now.
I feel like Torrance loved the macaroni and cheese sound effects.
I didn't like that.
Should I add it in post production?
I don't think so.
Like the whole podcast is a slight.
That'd probably be
Alfredo.
Oh, like the undertone, like the slightest a bit of mac and cheese sound at the no. I don't think anybody. I think people would stop listening.
Yeah, I think.
Like, I think they would stop
okay.
listening. Like I think the listens would be like,
a 95% drop off.
Yeah, like
week to week.
Huh.
It is what it is.
There's a nasty smacking sound.
All the comments
that continues to. I don't know what's going on with their microphones, but I feel like it's
episode 153. There was a constant moisture.
In particular,
there was moisture. Is there moisture caught in the microphone? Episode 153 of the 9 to 5 podcast. I'm your host, Danny.
You got Kyle
and Torrance.
Back again with back-to-back episodes. We're in this bitch locked in until further notice. This has been the first time in a minute we've done back-to-back episodes, so hopefully it's not an hour and a half long episode like it was last week, or maybe we go longer. Who knows? Because we have nothing else to do but to drink alcohol and sit on the couch for the next 6 months.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers. Follow us on all of the social medias that we post stuff on, Instagram and Twitter. I think Facebook is long gone, but if there might be some shit there.
I think it's still there. I post it on Mondays. And subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. Like and subscribe. We're gonna post full episodes of this podcast and also certain co-host OnlyFans links in our YouTube. Exclusive content.
You get it here, you can get it on OnlyFans. What's up?
Yeah, just a little preview, little baby previews. but no, yeah. So yeah, subscribe on our YouTube if you want to see our faces, see us talk shit virtually. And we're gonna build a lot of stuff out on that little platform here in 2021.
Quite exciting.
Mm-hmm. I think this might be exclusive. I don't know if we've talked about this in the past, but we're all moving to LA. Round of applause.
It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be better because I'm the only one in Los Angeles, and it's getting a little lonely.
Lonely.
Just
and you ain't got no friends.
I got friends.
Honestly, though, DC lonely too, bro. Doug came over yesterday, and he was like the first friend that I've seen in person since Danny's wedding. Yeah, I've seen no friends in the past 2 months.
So you invited Doug over?
No, he just came over. Actually, I didn't invite him over.
Street.
Paige invited him over. I didn't invite him over. She was just like, Doug's coming over.
Okay. Yeah, I would hate to be with someone that's also friends with all my friends. It's like, damn, who are you more friends with, me or her?
Who are you here for? Who are you here with and for?
Because then you have to entertain them. Not saying we wouldn't. I love Doug, but like someone else is like maybe a decent friend of yours, but your significant other brings them over. It's like now I have to hang with this nigga when I just wanted to be in my drawers in the other room. Whereas if it's another just random chick that she knows, it's like okay, let me just go in and give them their privacy.
Yeah, you can just go away.
Right.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Doug, shout out to Richie Doug, shout out to Danny. They're doing a great thing over there at Bold Exchange.
Absolutely.
Shout out to significant others, everyone in relationships going through it, fighting every single day, doing dishes.
And shout out to everybody that's not in a relationship, single Pringle and living their best lives.
And yeah, that's also pretty cool. But also shout out to everyone that's doing dishes, crying over the plates as they're doing the dishes every single night before they go to sleep.
But you don't have a dishwasher, do you?
No, yes, I have to do them by
y'all
hand.
don't have like modern appliances in your kitchen. It's very confusing.
In your apartment.
No microwave.
This is
like no microwave.
That's what I should have got y'all for y'all wedding present.
Okay,
because we was in $20 microwave.
Yeah, because it was always throwing in.
Bruh. So first of all, this is actually gonna hear this. She's gonna beat my ass. So I don't even want to say it.
Blink, you don't have to say it out loud. Blink twice, brother, if you need help.
No, but we had our last apartment, we had all these things, and then for some reason we were just like, you know what, like Danny might quit his job and fuck these jobs and let's save money. So we just like our apartment is bigger than our other apartment, but we end up spending like $50 less in rent. So we have like covered parking, we have a backyard, you know, we have AC. Oh yeah, we don't have central AC.
You have a window unit.
But we have window units and shit, which is pretty common in Chicago. Actually, that's not that big.
Chicago is cold as hell most of the time anyway.
Right. And we have heat, but we don't have a dishwasher, and the microwave is like you could have easily bought that. But I feel like Ashley's so anti-clutter that she just didn't want a microwave, and I just was never like that passionate about having
to fight on it.
Right.
Yeah. We mean a microwave is clutter.
Right. Trust me.
Like
and then this young lady had the nerve to like she has like an espresso machine and like all this other shit.
Your ass beat. You told too many house secrets.
I know. I'm just saying. Long story short, we could have easily had some of these things, and for some reason, me trying to just restore the peace and also not get my ass beat, I'm like, I'll just heat up my French fries in the oven.
And honestly, but here's the thing though, and I'm gonna stand by that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna stand by Ashley with that because the radiation that they be throwing into that microwave, it ain't good.
But that radiation got extra flavor in it. That's what it is.
No, you don't. And what you need to do is get your ass an air fryer. Start throwing your stuff in there, reheating it.
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about that too. But honestly, bro, like to your point though, it's like you want a microwave for the convenience, but in reality, 9.5 times out of 10, it tastes better in the oven.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm too lazy because I'm not trying to sit there and wait for the oven to preheat.
We have a gas oven too, so it heats up pretty fast. So I don't know. It's just it's definitely inconvenient, but it's
the dishwasher is the worst part though, because the second apartment I lived in LA, it didn't have a dishwasher, and having to manually wash dishes is like one of the most frustrating.
The house?
Yeah, that shitty
house. Oh yeah, okay.
That terrible house that really didn't
crazy
have
ass house
heat either.
Was that not? I feel like the house when I was there, it seemed cool. Was it shitty?
I don't think you visited.
I did.
House.
I was there once.
The house. Oh, yes. You went to when they had the 3-bedroom.
Yes, it was you, Will, and Michael, right?
Oh yeah, maybe it was a nice setup, but it was like shitty. Like
okay, it was nighttime, and I could have easily been drunk too.
Yeah, the heat wasn't functional, so it was cold as hell in the winter, even though we were in LA. No microwave, no dishwasher, but we had a washer and dryer. Had places to park, so it was nice.
Right. Yes, that's what I remember.
From a grocery store, like half a block from a grocery store.
Oh, right up the way.
What part of town was that in?
It was literally on the border of West Hollywood and Hollywood, like 2 blocks away from the.
Yeah, and it was when I say pristine location, like great location to so many different spots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to LA, but yeah, we're moving to LA.
I can't wait for y'all to come so we can, because I'm gonna be there and be like, all right, y'all, so let's look here. Let's look at this place. I heard that this place got an opening and they vacancies and shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be a vibe. A lot of live shows, a lot of whatever the fucks, visuals, everything.
It's gonna be kind of exciting. I'm quite excited for it.
Yeah, so look out for new everything, new updated, all that shit. That's the exclusive. If you heard this, text us, group me us, whatever. Tell us you look forward to it. Tell us your ideas, all that shit. But I'm excited. Chicago's cold as balls. And it's one of those things where, like, to your point, Kyle, I mean, you're from DC, but even still, sometimes or a lot of times when you like leave home for a certain amount of time, you don't really rock with as many of your like high school friends as you like now. I went to 3 different high schools. One high school I don't really know anybody from other than like my sister's friends, but I wasn't like cool with them.
Yeah.
Then my second high school, Cincinnati, I have like 3 or 4 like core niggas that I still text with every now and then, or we might be in group chats. And then in my last high school, I literally have like one cat that I still will like text with every now and then. Our birthdays like 2 days apart.
Outside of Twitter or like the occasional Facebook post, I don't talk to anyone from high school. I haven't hung out with anybody from high school since our freshman year of college. So like, that's like I don't.
Mine is a little different.
I'm
like,
good on that crowd.
it's a weird vibe because everyone goes off. Certain people, at least, me and my mom were talking about this like earlier today. So I'm gonna say this real fast. We can move on. But just about how people change and like how those people that you grew up with, who are extremely close with, and like did everything with at some point, in high school, whatever. People really be changing. Like people be having babies.
Even from college. Even from college, right? Yeah. So I mean, I'm close to a couple people from high school, but like it's one hand couple people. Like it's not given. Yeah. It's tough. If someone, long story short, as an adult, especially as an adult in a relationship too, because so much more of your free time is now caught up with your partner.
Yeah.
But even if I was single, I feel like I just wouldn't be. I don't know, man. Unless we're into the same exact shit, damn near, like the friends that you choose as an adult are. Like, all right, we both like this sport. We both enjoy going to these kinds of bars. We both like these kind of people. Like, it's tough to like opt into that.
I think when you get the older you get, you realize a lot of the friends that you had growing up or the friends that you went to school with were friends because of proximity and not necessarily because like
values.
We both play a sport or the same sports.
Exactly.
Give each other rides.
It is what it is.
Yes, very interesting. Shout out to former friends, and people that I may have forgot on that list. So be it. But Black History fact of the day.
On the day you're hopefully listening to this on Monday, December 28th in 1954, Denzel Washington was born.
All right,
one of my favorite actors of all time.
Okay, all right, okay.
His new movie dropping in January.
Crime
thriller.
All right, okay, Kai, okay, all right, okay. You telling me? It's a 9 to 5. Okay, all right, okay. You motherfucker. Yeah, Denzel's cold-blooded, man. I love. Hopefully, there's no like really weird Bill Cosby like scandal that comes out with Denzel, but I feel like Denzel.
So. He's too stand up of a dude.
I know what I'm saying, but it's just great. I feel like Denzel is such a. I think he gets his flowers, but I feel like we just. I don't know. I don't think we underestimate how great he is because we don't.
I think it's one of the things expect greatness out of him all the time. So it's like you're not surprised when he is great.
Yeah,
it's just so good. Even like some of these action movies he's been doing, it's like Denzel. I don't think he was ever known when he was doing those Spike Lee movies and shit as like an action star. No. But you look at Book of Eli, look at the Equalizers, both of the
Inside
Equalizers,
man, all them joints. Like
it's like damn, this nigga. It's a whole different lane that it's hard to do. A lot of people can't do that.
I think about this often, like when it comes to acting and like when I take acting classes, like it really started when I started like truly taking acting classes in LA. It was like, yo, I really be believing these niggas on screen. Like you be watching it and it'd be like, these people be living these lives. Like they're existing in this world and they created for you. It's crazy. It's quite insane to do it well. Right? Yes. Like, because there are people who do not do it well. But when you do it that damn good, it's like, I believe you. Like, I believe that that's who you are. I believe that you were born this person, that you grew up this way, but this is who you, like, it is so captivating for me. So, like, now, acting itself has become such a fascinating art form for me now. Like, it went from just being like, oh, I want to be an actor to being like, I'm obsessed with how people can create a world for you where you fully believe that this person is that, like this character, their entire lives. You know what I mean? Like you can see that that person exists in that way. So Yeah, like Denzel, like you said, I think we understand his excellence because we've always talked it up like that. But the celebration of him needs to be bigger. I agree.
I think the other thing is because he hasn't won a ton of awards necessarily. Like he got the one Oscar in 2001, 2002,
Oscar.
when him and Halle both won. But like, he's always nominated, not necessarily always winning. But
I would love to see him in a. I would love to see him in a comedy because I feel like in real life he's a very joyful, funny-ish.
He's like
person
sneaky
to be
funny.
around.
Like if you listen to his interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, I think a comedy would be interesting because I don't know if have you ever done one?
I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to think of one if he had done one. That'd be interesting at least.
I would like to see it.
I would like to see it.
We'll get to writing, Blackie.
Yeah, that would be tight. Him as like a snarky ass like old black man like for like a Thanksgiving funny comedy movie.
As he ages though, I really like seeing how when actors get older, how they kind of start falling into different roles. Like he's gonna be 66 tomorrow, so like seeing him slowly age into more of those like grandfather type roles or like the old ass uncle type of roles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really like seeing how actors switch from that. Like seeing Felicia Rashad as like the grandmother now is like
she's always playing somebody's crazy ass grandma. I feel like
like in Jingle Jangle, she was like somebody's like she was like the real nice sweet
grandma
small role, but just seeing how
she played the crazy grandma too. She only played the crazy grandma on that one crazy ass movie with Tyler Perry.
It was Tyler Perry. There was another one on Amazon, I think, like The Box or something, where she played.
TV show.
No, this is a movie. This was another movie. It was a movie with like this. It was a pretty much all black cast, and it was on like Amazon Movies or Prime or something. Like Black Box, I think is the name of it.
That's when they changed the dude's brain.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. I thought it was a TV show, so I haven't watched it.
No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Anyway, shout out to all the black OGs. Yeah, I feel like he gets his flowers, but at least in our community, Denzel gets his flowers.
Yeah.
But maybe he needs more. He can never get enough flowers.
And
there we go.
That's that part.
Torrance Weekly News Update.
Yes. Sad day for folk in Nashville. They got with the explosion that happened. There also was wasn't it a hurricane or something like that, or a tornado that hit in Nashville as well. It's been some crazy times.
Tornado.
Yeah, it's been some crazy times in Nashville, the city of music. So
there was also a semi truck that ran into Zany's, the comedy club Zany's in Nashville, like the same week too. Like literally crashed into.
Nashville been going through for sure.
Yeah. That's I don't know, man. I don't know anything about I was trying to read up on the explosions shit a second ago. Hopefully it's not. I mean, it's already bad enough, but I would hope it's not tied to any kind of political thing.
Yeah, they like
radicalism.
just started naming a person of interest who's like this white guy in his 60s, early 60s. But I haven't seen like many or any details about motives or anything like that. But I'm sure we'll find out more over upcoming days and weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into too much.
Well, I will say, luckily,
theories,
it didn't seem like there were many, if any, casualties when I was reading about it. Might have been like one, maybe, but
I think CNN said something about a suicide bombing or something.
I think it might have been him or the.
Yeah, but the way those buildings looked, it could have been like a lot worse.
So absolutely.
Thankfully, it was mainly just property damage for the most part.
Damage. Exactly. But America's gonna make a big deal out of property damage because that's all they care about. They don't care about humans now. Don't get me wrong. They care about their property. So Trump said, I ain't signing shit. That's what he said.
Yeah, how did it end up happening? Was it?
No.
I thought it was the Congress that stopped.
No. So let me tell you what happened. So it passed the $900 billion bill. I know, right? That's what it felt like. The $900 billion stimulus package went through Congress and went through the Senate and it went to the White House. Now, out of nowhere, Trump went on Twitter and posted this. no one knew he was going to do this except for maybe a few, whoever put it on camera. Said, I will not be signing this. This is this bill is ill-equipped to support American people. I'm hoping for $2,000 per person, per American. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not signing this until y'all fix it. And everyone is stunned. His aides are stunned. Everyone's shook. All this stuff.
He ain't said shit the whole time.
Because he said nothing. So Nancy Pelosi, she retweets, and it says, "Hey, look, we down for the Congress Dems."
Okay, bet.
Okay, the Congress Dems, we down for it. Let's do it. But the Senate Congress, like the Senate, the
House Republicans.
Congress, the House Republicans. That's what I need to start saying. The House Republicans are like, nah, bro, we not doing this. So essentially, there's not about to be a stimulus package. It's about to go into a shutdown. It's about to be a whole.
Yeah, the government's about to shut down again.
The government's about to shut down again because Trump is not signing this bill.
But I thought
the only way that it can pass is if, like, for example, if it gets through Congress and they say, okay, cool, we approve this $2,000, it also has to go to the Senate for the Senate to approve it. But because the Senate is GOP Republican ran, it's not going to get approved. Like, there's no way that it's, like, honestly, there's no true way that $2,000 stimulus checks can go to each individual.
You gotta forget, they didn't want to give people anything.
They didn't want to give people, period, nothing. That wasn't even included in their initial bill, their initial package. So Trump is calling for $2,000, and the House Democrats are like, sure, we'll do it, but House Republicans are like, no, we're not. And the Senate is run by Republicans, so they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what the conversation is now is that Nancy is like, okay, cool. We're going to put in a vote for $2,000 stimulus checks on Monday. So come tomorrow, there's allegedly supposed to be something that Nancy is bringing to the floor. It is very confusing and very stupid. And there are a lot of people who need this additional aid. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, that the rental assistance, because the eviction moratorium is up in January.
It's up in January. So if that
goes on their food assistance,
is unemployment insurance gone too?
All of that
shit expired at the end of this year.
All of that is tied into that initial bill. So if they don't extend this, then
vibes.
Yeah, so Trump is doing this whole thing of like, no, people need $2,000, but it's like, yes, I'm here for that. Don't get me wrong, I'm here for my 2K, run me my money, run me my rounds, but it's also stopping relief for so many other things and so many other people that it's just, I don't know, it's overwhelming to think like, oh shit, like he's really about to, like there's about to be another government shutdown. And no one's about to get anything at all until Biden gets in there.
It's just weird. I feel like we've talked about this before, but the country is just in a weird spot. We need a lot more radical people with empathy in politics, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, but who knows? We'll see.
And what the people who with power won't be those with empathy and understanding of people's experiences.
And honestly,
because even Nancy, when they put the $600 in it, she said, I mean, that's sufficient.
They're too out of touch. Right. They all got too much money.
Yeah, they all got hundreds of thousands of dollars.
If their paychecks were tied to getting this shit done, I bet that shit would be wrapped up real quick.
Singing a whole different tune. Everyone
would stop coming.
Singing a completely different tune. So it's just because the affluence runs everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's strange. I know we didn't talk about the student loan relief maybe last episode. I almost want to talk about that in a whole episode itself, because I definitely have some interesting takes on.
And I work in student loan.
Oh yeah, we could education. Make that a whole.
We could do a whole. Right. Because that's what literally I coach people on student loans, and like that's the kind of shit that I do. So,
and I don't have student loans. So my whole premise, and I'll get off this, is I think it's great if we could get rid of student loans for people. I would never like try to count somebody's pockets to say they shouldn't get that relief, but I also am not too foolish to think that we're still helping a set of people that are also very privileged, and I don't know if we're going low enough for the people that truly are hopeless or like in a really fucked up spot. Like, think about people that went to school, even if you have a whole lot of student loan debt, you're still in a position where you're likely, or a good chance, making a livable wage. You went to school, you might have an asset or two, maybe not a lot, depending, but you still are in a position where you can pay for yourself, pay taxes, and like have a livable wage. There's a whole vast group of people in America that may have even been smart enough to go to school, but just did not have the infrastructure, family wise, and even just knowledge to go to school.
Pure knowledge.
Real.
And there's a lot of neighborhoods that, there's kids that are maybe playing sports or even going to school academically that they're first generation college graduates and that kind of shit. Like, I would love to find a way to help even those kinds of people just as much, whether it be like within student loans, it's that same credit can go to housing, grants, or like down payment grants or whatever, like shit like that, where they could maybe, if they don't have student loans, but they're still down bad, we can give them 30 to 50 grand in a down payment grant that allows them to, own their low income house or whatever, those anything under $200,000, they can, whatever, like shit like that can help those people too. Cause a lot of niggas that's on Twitter and shit complain about student loans that's making six figures. It's like, nigga, granted, I get it. It's probably a pain in the ass, I'm sure.
It's a pain, yes, but you are making well enough to afford to pay
a lot of shit, right?
Like so much more than those.
And some people, and not, this also sounds fucked up, but some people also chose to go back and get that second degree or that third degree when they may or may not have needed to. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to get it. We can have a whole episode about it.
We'll do that.
I feel like not enough people are talking about like how like a lot of niggas are privileged to even have student loans in the first place.
I would love to dissect that. That's literally what I do daily.
And niggas gonna be mad at me, but I don't give a fuck.
No.
It is what it is.
We're gonna be all mad together.
It is what it is.
It is
sports.
What it is. Let's see here. The Nets are beating everyone's ass.
They looking like an all-time team. I mean, it's only been 2 games, but they look at the world right now.
I was like, okay, so, me and my dad had this conversation. It was just like, last year it was, the people who are, I guess, coming off the bench now, they have all this playoff experience or like all
not playoff.
Not playoff. Huh?
No,
Did they make the playoffs?
They were in the playoffs last year.
I think they made the playoffs.
They were in the bubble. Year. Kyrie just wasn't in the bubble.
Yeah, Kyrie just wasn't.
Kyrie and Kevin.
And Kevin weren't.
They're 2 superstars.
Exactly. So they're like, they get all this playoff experience. They have all this just like, game time, real like NBA hardcore experience. So they're coming off the bench like, all right, let's play. And so you got these people with this young ass team with 2 all-stars,
and a lot of people forget they have DeAndre Jordan too,
who is hurt, right? His hamstring or something like that.
Yeah, so
right?
he's still gonna be able to come in and give you defense and rebounding and some lobs when he's like healthy. So
exactly. So the Nets are about to be a problem. They have been a problem. They're going to consistently be a problem.
The biggest thing is Kyrie, bro. Kyrie has rarely been able to be healthy his whole career, going back to college.
Facts.
And
he's one of the greatest people I've ever seen with a ball in my life.
So I watch him and be like, him and KD are freaks within their own rights, and they do things
scorers of all time.
Right, and Kyrie's probably one of the best ISO players, maybe after James and Steph, likely. And I might put him before Steph as far as just playing ISO.
Yeah.
So I think they got a great chance to come out the East. I feel like if Jason Tatum really elevates his game to not just being an all-star, but like a superstar, top 10 player, they're going to be really dangerous because they got Jaylen Brown and Kemba too.
And allegedly they said Jason Tatum, he's still growing.
Yeah, he's like 6'10" now or something.
They said that man, he grew. They said he's 6'10" and he's still growing.
Yeah.
They said that man is still growing.
I think I told y'all this before. I thought he was I thought he should have came out number one when that year. I think he was behind Lonzo and Markel or something.
I think he went 3. Yeah, it was Markel, Lonzo.
I thought he
and
was.
then
I thought
Tatum.
he should have switched with Markel back then. I could find the tape somewhere, but I think if he
You did.
chooses to
You
be
did.
a
I
top
remember.
10
I
player
remember
that
you
he
said
will
that.
be eventually, I think they could also be that team too. But I don't know, NBA. I feel it's hard to watch the NBA this early, like full games.
Touche. It is.
It's too early in
However,
the season, guys don't have their I mean, just because of COVID, like they don't have their chemistry back or their chemistry right. Haven't been really be able to practice. People probably still don't even have their still win. Teams
I will say
playing
this.
10, 11-man rotations, which never happens in the NBA. So I mean, it's gonna take a month or so to really get into the flow of things.
And I will say this. Ain't no way anybody should be professionally 77 or 27 at halftime. I'm going to just say that and we can move on from there.
Boy.
The Clippers
are going to clip.
Okay.
There's a reason why they're the second
up.
team in LA. It always has been, it always will be.
It's a constant.
That's a very, very, very rough fanned. Because even their best years, like we're still like the third or fourth best team in our conference. Not even the NBA, but like best case scenario. Because think about it, they might have maybe 2 more years after this year of this kind of nucleus of team that's gonna be,
Kawhi dipping after the season.
Oh yeah,
right.
He gone.
So it's just like they're gonna go back to being super shitty, and they've had a decent run the past 10 years with Doc and Lob City and shit like that. But like it's over. It's a wrap.
And don't nobody want Harden also.
That nigga, bro.
Harden is showing his
too much drama.
He's showing his privileged ass right now, and it's like, why would I? If I'm a team, I'm like, why would I bring this toxic ass nigga to my team?
Like he's gonna ball, but that's gonna fuck your chemistry, your team chemistry overall. Like I mean, he put up 44 against the Blazers on Saturday night. Yeah. Like. So he's gonna hoop. He's gonna go party, and he's gonna hoop.
Good for him, right? Good for you, but not for a team. Yeah, and it's weird. Like I said, we see this shit in movies all the time of that person who's just balling out or who's super talented but all about themselves, and that team keep losing, and everyone hates them. And then I just am curious to see if that's ever going to change for them, like they do in the movies.
I've been trying to think about these players as people since I've been around athletes. Growing up and whatever, even like now sometimes, and being a low-level college athlete and trying to think about who are these people as humans and not just what we see on ESPN. So I feel like he's probably a great person in real life.
Oh, absolutely.
And like a
if
great
you were
friend
with him, he'd probably be amazing.
Probably hilarious.
And I would be friends versus coworkers, because this is
right.
For them. This is their job.
And I would be probably defending him if I knew the nigga. But like, you look at that level of superstardom when you're a top 5 to top 7 at worst player in the league. Mm-hmm. If I put prime LeBron in that Houston team, LeBron at least goes to the finals, if not wins a ring every single year with Gordon, with Russ and or Chris Paul, with Ariza, Capella, not Tucker. What's the nigga always wears the shoes?
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker, thank you. Yeah. Like those guys, those kind of role players. LeBron's never had that deep of even Austin Rivers. He's very rarely, maybe up until this last year, had those kind of supporting cast players like that go that deep and have other like elite all-star players with him, except for maybe Kyrie. So like James to be like wanting a trade and all this kind of shit. It's like, bro, you've had really legitimate solid teams in these past 5 years in Houston, and you haven't been able to. It's been honestly more times than not, you that hasn't shown up, whether it be defensively or going 1 for 20 on 3-point, all that kind of shit that like happens. It's like, bro, yeah, you can give us average 30-35 points sometimes in the season, but I don't know, bro.
Kobe said it himself. He said they were never gonna win.
Yeah, bro. I just feel like, nigga, you complain and trying to find a way out, but like, bro, you are probably, when it comes to just basketball, the problem and the bottleneck with your team.
He also has from a contractual standpoint, he has no leverage. He's tied in for 3 years in Houston on $40-something million a year. Nobody wants to take that on.
No,
give you a maybe end of his prime CP, because he's not prime CP, but you look at what CP did in OKC. CP can still give you a tremendous amount of buckets.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you give him fucking somewhat end of prime, Russell Westbrook. Like, bro, you have some very amazing players with also some really good
that you just couldn't bring the
players.
team together.
But the thing was, like, those guys were very serious about basketball and like very regimented.
They're like, this is what
this is work, and
yes.
Harden treats it like it's AAU basketball. Like,
basically,
we show up. Yeah. I'm a hoop, and I'm gonna go fuck off. It is.
Yeah, shout out to basketball. Shout out to that nigga. He's not going anywhere. Or
nope.
Yeah, or the Houston Rockets are gonna get fucked, which is a damn shame. But like, if I'm the Sixers, I don't know. I would potentially get rid of Ben Simmons, but like,
I would do that. It's more,
but not for.
It's Houston's old GM, so it's the GM that brought Harden in, I think.
But not for Harden. That's gonna fuck up the team dynamics.
Yes,
seriously.
The Ben Simmons Embiid experiment is over. It's not gonna work.
Right. It's not gonna plan out the way they want it.
For that main reason, I would do it. But to your point, I think this chemistry. It would be hard for James to win a championship with James. You're gonna win probably 45, 50 games with James. That's probably about it.
I couldn't imagine how ridiculous it's gonna be. Jacksonville got number 1.
Yeah, then one pick. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence. That's another franchise whose their best years have been like, oh, we made it to the playoffs. Great. Won a couple playoff games. That's
eternal trash.
That's not a super sexy team that I would want to go to, but I don't know. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence getting his ass beat for the next 10, 15 years.
Hey, but he ain't gonna be paying no state income tax.
Okay.
And he's gonna have a nice signing bonus as the number 1 pick.
He's from Georgia too, so I mean, it's for him. It's kind of nice because it's close, but I don't know.
Yeah. So in entertainment, there were a lot of Christmas movies that dropped on Christmas
Very bad Christmas
Day.
movie.
Okay, so I watched Wonder Woman 84.
I did too.
Are we doing? I did too. Are we gonna do a spoiler-free talk of it just for warning labels?
We just tell them niggas to fast forward. It is what it is.
Okay, spoiler alert. Sure, fast forward this part. Just like, I don't know how long we're gonna talk about it because it is honestly not worth to be talked about.
Facts.
So, do what you will with this information. Wonder Woman 84 was a waste of my time. I'm unsure.
I think you're a little too harsh.
Okay, here's what I'll say about it. I love like superhero movies. I love Wonder Woman. I love a lot of different things, but it wasn't as exciting as I needed it to be. Kristen Wiig, I like Kristen Wiig.
I thought
she's funny.
Individual acting wasn't bad.
I think individually, but holistically, the whole movie, I was like, it's all over the place.
It was very chaotic.
It's so chaotic. Like it was. You focusing on him, then you focusing on Kristen, and you focusing on Gal, and like.
First of all, I didn't
bring him back, and it was just so. Weird.
I didn't know what was going on, and granted, I was maybe not locked into the movie totally yet. But when old boy just showed up as somebody else for a hot second, I was lost there. I'm like,
it was confusing the way they did that.
It was very weird the way they did it. Yeah,
I feel like the writing in it was like, all right, we're gonna try to make these things happen. And the segues to make them happen are going to be so poorly written. Like, who cares? But let's hope that the action and the things that actually need to happen are what carries the movie.
The action really wasn't even like.
And the action wasn't right, and that's what they failed.
Action, especially compared to the first one.
The first one I was expecting hard hitting, like good stuff, constantly, consistently. This movie was so damn long,
and it even opened up like, okay, the opening sequence when they're on the island, like, okay, nice. The scale of like you said, Kyle, like I'm engulfed in the world. It feels like this is money was spent on this.
Exactly,
and it was dope. But when she was just like randomly like learning how to fly, I'm like, okay, this is going a little bit too long, and like
because I like so I understand why they did it that way because Wonder Woman can fly. Like everyone knew that. I
Introducing
knew
the
at some
invisible
point
plane was cool.
the invisible
That's,
plane was
staple
nice
of
too.
Wonder Woman as a character.
Exactly. Like that's like old school cartoon, just like, you know, hard hitting, you know, connection. So I understood it. But what the problem I had with it is that it's like they spent too much time on so many different things that like it didn't connect. Like everything wasn't like, okay, we're moving to the next scene or we're moving, you know, gracefully throughout the entire movie. It was
How
kind
that
of
Latin man had that Asian son?
Yeah, that was
How
weird.
Pedro had that Asian son?
That was so random. Why is this
Southeastern
little
Asian son?
Philippine baby, dark skinned baby with this white Spaniard of a man? Like this is weird. It was a lot of weird shit.
And there wasn't enough fighting, like you said, there wasn't enough fighting stuff, like with like
the
actual
major
Wonder
battle
Woman
in Kristen Wiig and Wonder Woman
was so
like
short.
2 seconds.
Yeah, she got electrocuted. She drowned her. She drowned her and electrocuted the bitch and said, "All right, cool, you good, you did." After she changed, like right, like after she decided to change to this whole creature, I'm expecting this epic scene at the end, but they downplayed Kristen Wiig's, you know, her sort of villainous. You know, about, you know, her being the villain in the movie to focus on the guy, but it was just like y'all got too much going on here. I ain't like that.
Didn't she get killed and then didn't she recant her wish?
At the end.
She was alive at the end. I don't
so I
like
guess
this.
She only got momentarily electrocuted. Like
you know what I'm saying?
Like, she got stunned. Like
I recant my wish. Like I thought you were already dead, man. So it was a lot of things where these DC movies. I was on another podcast with a comedian friend of mine. And we were talking about this DC shit in general. And it's like, if you're going to make the stories about these characters a lot more like relatable from like a story perspective and like a dialogue rather than the action, because Marvel is all fucking, you know, action packed space. I'm in space. I'm throwing rocket ships and, you know, all that kind of shit. In DC, whether it's, you know, Superman or even really Batman's been the only real like knock out the park situation where it's been a lot more.
And that was
dialogue.
Christopher Nolan Batman, not even the current Batman movies with Ben Affleck.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, really to the max. So it's just, but if you're gonna do that, the dialogue and the characters have to really truly be like interesting, and the story has to make sense. Like to your point, Torrance, there's so many little like weird little things that happen that like, okay, like I guess. Because
there are many points where it was just like, oh, this is what's gonna be the antagonist. Oh no, this is gonna be the bad thing that they gotta fight.
Also,
oh no, this is gonna be the bad thing.
Without a man, she's supposed to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Why can't she do shit without a man? I'm so confused by that. It makes no sense that they keep doing that to like a lead female character.
To the strongest female character in DC.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I will say the bright part of the movie is it was directed by a woman and had a woman lead.
And I think I said this a couple episodes ago. I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't good.
Yeah, no, it was some mid.
It was okay.
But mid is always gonna sell.
Yeah, it's gonna sell.
I think what DC needed, they need that Christopher Nolan, The Dark Knight Rises slap, and they just missed again.
The next Batman one might slap. It's looking promising from the trailer with what's the old boy's name from Twilight? Christopher Pattinson or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'm horrible at white
whatever his name is. It's looking promising from the trailer.
I'm so bad at white people names. I'll be at work talking to people and like, oh, so and so. I'm like, bro, I have to Google this. I'm so bad at it. I am the worst at famous white people names. Like, other than fucking Meryl Streep and fucking.
Mine is Diane, so I understand.
I know who Meryl Streep is, and that's it, bro. I'm bad at it. Anyways,
so I feel bad because I did not watch Soul yet.
I haven't yet either. Today. I don't have Disney Plus.
I'm gonna watch it while I eat dinner tonight.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, honestly. Okay. Some people complained about it because he wasn't in his black body the whole time. Like
I did see that article, and I didn't read it yet because I want to read it after I watch.
I'm personally not going to be like that just because there was so much amazing representation of black people in the movie of different skin tones, different hair textures, body types. Like it was a jazz music in general. So I think it really did celebrate a lot of blackness, and they actually brought on a black co-director to make sure that like parts of it like were authentically black. So I did appreciate that they did do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like it probably would have been worse if they didn't.
Yeah, I feel as though I saw some of those critiques and I tried to skim over them because I haven't watched it yet, and I do want to watch it. But I feel like that's kind of Pixar's MO with a lot of like they touch spirituality and the
emotion and
living and mortality with when it goes to Coco, when it comes to Moana, like those shits were very spiritual and
focus.
Mortality was like the focus. Even going back to Lion King was very, you know what I'm saying, like spiritual and with I'm pretty sure there was times when like Mufasa was
in the clouds, child.
Yeah, in the clouds. And
yeah.
And you're as a kid, you're seeing death, the life after death, and all that kind of stuff being spoken into. And we could argue that Lion King is very a black kind of focused movie too, so that maybe leads into what they were trying to say. But I don't know. You know, I feel like it's okay to.
I thought it was very good. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I heard
that's the main critique. I'll take it because
Pixar movies though. So
I think
they're all
love
my
Pixar. Yeah. In the animation, and it looked amazing. So I can't wait to.
Honestly, like I saw somebody post on Twitter yesterday. They were like, animation in movies has come so far. Like they were posting something from Toy Story, which was the first Pixar movie in '95. And back then, like when Andy had his birthday party, all the kids were Andy. Like if you look at like still,
they were all Andy's faces.
It was all just Andy's faces, and then like they didn't even show the mom's face just because the animation wasn't. I mean, that was the first time they had done animation that way. But now, like if you look at it, like they're walking down a New York street, and every single character is different, and they all have different hair textures and all this amazing shit. So just technology-wise, it's amazing what they can do now. Like even the lighting in different scenes, it would look like it was lighting from a real like live movie almost.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch Soul later. What I did watch though was Sylvie's Love.
Whew, I watched that on.
I didn't watch that either.
I think, or the 26th maybe.
And since you didn't watch it, Danny, I will not say much. All I will say is
what is it like vaguely about?
It is okay. So it is about a man and a woman, Tessa Thompson, and I forget his name. Kerry Washington's husband.
He used to be an NFL player.
He used to be one of the Eagles, I think. Yeah. So essentially, it's about their stories and how they connect together. He's a jazz musician. He's a saxophonist, and
it's a love story.
She is. Yeah, it's a love story.
Love always finding its way back to each other somehow, some way.
And it is absolutely divine. What service is it on? Me.
Amazon Prime. It's like set in the 50s and 60s for the most part.
And
that might be the one that I watched tonight. I might have to do Soul later this week.
And I'm gonna tell you, as a jazz like singer, lover, all that stuff, I cried watching it. I was literally there were certain parts where I was just like, what the hell did he just do? Like there's like instrumentation, the love story itself, and that's what I thought that the photograph was gonna make me feel.
I still haven't watched that.
I still haven't watched it. It's on HBO.
No tea, no shame. Y'all should watch it. I would love to watch it.
I'm going to. It's literally in my watch list. I just have to pull the trigger.
But Sylvie's Love is Danny. It has moved up. It has knocked a few black love stories out of my list.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's up there for me now.
It's better than the Clubhouse Moan Room.
I didn't go in that Clubhouse room.
I haven't been in the Moan Room yet, and I say yet because I would like to see it.
If I go a Clubhouse,
you will never hear me. I just want to be in it just to see what's going on. I would not raise my hand. I'm not gonna raise my hand. I just want to know what everybody's talking about.
I don't give a fuck what your sexuality is. You should never be in the fucking Moan Room, dog.
I want to know what y'all talking about.
I don't want to ever hear some random niggas just moaning.
But no, Sylvie's Love. If you have not watched it yet, watch it again. I can't wait to rewatch it again. Like it is honestly one of my top movies. this year for sure. I'm up. Speaking of Clubhouse, I am distraught. I am saddened. I want to cry because I missed the Lion King performance.
They did it 2 times. I missed it both times.
I missed it at noon and I missed it at 5. I want to cry every time. Anything else y'all want to ping me at? This is the people I follow on the damn Clubhouse. Anything else y'all want to ping me?
You should ping me on.
You ping me on everything else but the Lion King on Clubhouse. Y'all got some damn nerve. Honestly,
niggas want to ping you at the worst times. Like, bro, I'm eating breakfast, dude. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to talk to you niggas.
9:30 a.m. when my do not disturb hasn't even been turned off yet.
And then you look at the topic. It's like PWIs versus
HBCUs.
And it don't even be nothing interesting. It don't even be nothing good. Who are y'all?
Real estate in 2021. Like, Nick, I don't give a fuck about balance sheets at 9:30 in the fucking morning, my dude. Like, income to debt ratios.
I'm not joining your African club. I'm so sorry. Don't know what to tell you. I don't.
Or ain't.
Yeah, being pinged randomly is like one of the most abrasive things has ever been done to me on Clubhouse.
But I will say, just like from like an innovative, like that's a very cool way to like deal with quarantine and still get content out there. Because Lion King, if you ever have an opportunity to go see a Broadway show, Lion King is definitely one of the top ones that you should go see. I saw it in high school, I think, or middle school on Broadway. It was amazing. I want to go see it again at some point in this life.
I will say that I've seen clips of Broadway, of Lion King on Broadway, because I could never go. I have yet to go.
It's amazing
to go see Lion King on Broadway, but that is the one that I've been like yearning to go see, and I have heard nothing but, especially because it's been on for I think almost 20 years at this point.
When I went to go see it, we were still playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that shit like
Yu-Gi-Oh,
you was like middle school, maybe elementary school. So
that's what I'm saying. I think it either hit its 20 or it's about to hit 20 or around that time. But I just know that the Lion King itself is such a phenomenal just story alone, and I heard that. I know people who've been in different, off-Broadway things, and I've been trying to go see it, and I just always hear amazing things. So the fact that no one of my Clubhouse followers decided to ping me on this shit, see me with the hands.
I'm gonna follow all y'all.
Yeah, Ashley
I'm about to start over
to it, and I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. It sounded cool, but I wasn't like, oh, I need to listen to this. But
touche.
Anywho, sponsor break. This podcast is brought to you by the Moan Room, brought to you every Saturday evening, giving you the hottest and newest moans on Clubhouse. Moan Room. Use offer code MOAN for 50% off your first moan.
Your first moan, your second moan. If
Cancel
you refer a friend.
refer a friend.
You refer a friend, you get.
And once they do their first moan, you get a month free. So follow us at Moan Room.
I hate you. You're gross.
Yeah, that's nasty. Christmas recaps. I thought this was funny. People talking about designer shit and Michael Kors.
What happened with Michael Kors? I saw
there was one person. I think people blow it out of proportion, including myself. One person talking about, like, oh, you got a Michael Kors, like making fun of somebody bragging about having a Michael Kors bag or piece of clothing.
Yeah, pretty much saying Michael Kors ain't it. Whoever buys your Michael Kors don't love you, essentially.
Right.
Oh.
Like that's not enough.
Michael Kors is quite expensive still.
Right. So that's my whole debate is, first of all, and I tweeted this, it's too many niggas commenting on Michael Kors, but also getting stimulus checks, first of all. Second of all, I feel like a lot of niggas, and it goes to shoes too. What do you make that face for?
I'm just listening. I don't know where you're going, and I'm about to be like, oh, get him.
I'm looking at receipts. And I feel like a lot of niggas don't know how to dress when they might have like a belt or like some shoes, and it's like everything else is
outfit.
you know, you got some Gucci shoes with Gap jeans and, you know, baby tee. Like, it's just like, you're not even really putting fits together. You just have one piece of expensive clothing and you letting that try to like guide you to it being a fit. It's like, bro, in reality, your whole shit is not really that cool. And I don't know. It just bothers me.
It's like the weird internet flexing for no reason. Like Michael Kors and Coach bags get a bad rap for some reason now, and it's just us being in women's business.
And Coach is coming back. I might give me a Coach fucking bag. Coach is doing a collab with Bape very soon, and I highly consider getting that book bag.
Some of that stuff is nice. It looked good. I mean, I'm not a bag connoisseur, so I couldn't say.
And I also
Paige doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. So I don't have to buy anything either.
And so that's where I sit. I sit on that line of like, you know, maybe because I don't, maybe, you know, when I do have the money to afford all those things, maybe I will. But I don't know. To me, it doesn't, if it looks good, it looks good. If it don't look good, it don't look good.
Who cares about the name?
You know what I'm saying? Like the name on it. Like I remember in high school where everybody was like, yo, I gotta get this Louis, I don't remember what they called it. But I was like, nigga, that's a Louis coin purse.
Oh yeah, the coin purse that everyone.
The coin purse. Yeah, and they, I don't know what they called it, but they refused to. I was like, sir, that's a coin purse.
They were calling it a wallet, probably. But
a wallet, yeah, like a Louis wallet.
And it was like it was a chain.
It was like a chain, yeah, and it zipped.
Coin purse.
And it zipped, and I was like,
because that was the cheapest accessory you could buy other than a belt, and people had the name brand,
and they had exactly, and I was like, sir. They got a Louis. My aunt got a Busch Gardens coin purse at the house that I could use. That's all black. I don't need to give Louis $70-$80 for a coin purse.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah, it's like $300-$400 for a coin purse.
Exactly. See, I was at that time. I was just like, that's so stupid to me. And so for me, I was just like, I understand that. You know, I understand the desire to have it, because I'm sure once I can afford it fully and be like, oh, I'm getting this and I want that, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Sure, why not?
I feel like for me, it's style and quality of something. So like a lot of niggas, I feel as though they just rush to get something in these stores, Gucci or whatever, just because it's Gucci and people know it's Gucci. And it's like, bro, first of all, stylistically, that shit is not gonna look good, and it's not gonna look good in 18 months, 2 years, because it's got a bunch of Mickey Mouse logos on it or an NBA logo on it, like some of these Gucci and Louis Vuitton have done in collabs. It's like I'm not gonna spend $2,000 on a fucking book bag and there's an NBA logo on my $2,000 book bag. Like I've never been in the NBA, bro. Like what's the point of this?
So weird.
And so it's like shit like that where people but they get hype on it because, and similar to the Supreme stuff that drops, it's like just because a brand. Just because a brand drops something doesn't mean that it's fucking good, bro. Or
a plain white T-shirt.
I wish people would learn
$150.
But it's the hype. It's the hype beast culture. It's the bots. It's the. I see so many shit on even sneakers app that I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna try to get this shit because I don't want it. I don't even want it in my possession to have to try to flip it or trade it into something else. So it just. For me, bro, it was just interesting to see people, for one, complain about shit that they don't even have real money to be buying. And then also people that do get these little accessories like you talked about, Torrance, it'd be like little small pieces that aren't even like staple pieces. It's like you got a coin purse or you got a belt or you got a pair of shoes. It's like, nigga, you're not putting a fit together with that. Like, show me what a dope little, you know what I'm saying, sweater that's like a real piece or a coat.
Showing off any real style.
like a good, like a style, like who you are.
Right.
Let your style speak for you when you step in a room. I want to notice you, not just because you got a Michael Kors or Louis or Gucci or whoever you got on. I want to be like, oh snap, that combo or that situation, that outfit, that whole.
Your coin purse is not a head turner.
Right, but Cat's got on baby tees.
Your belt is not a head turner.
Spending
I promise you,
$170 for a shirt that says Supreme on it is absurd.
And your breath stink. And your breath stink.
You ain't buying Crest. Here, meanwhile,
you ain't got no shape up, and your hands are ashy.
Okay,
but you got a $200 shirt on.
You look dusty.
Look unkept. Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny, man. I've never been like a hype beast. Y'all know I know for sure in college I went through my Toms and Sperry and boat shoes phase, and I wasn't really into like sneakers heavy for like really through college up until I could wear sneakers at work, and I could also afford to buy sneakers. But I've always been into like dressing nice and style and throwing money at the polo outlets and shit like that. So I don't know. Even when I didn't have money to spend on shit, I've always been conscious of like putting an outfit together. And it's just wild to me how people, once they get money, they think, oh, we can just you're dressing because you have this, or you're dressing because you have that. It's like, bro, you putting these shit together, you have no personality. You're just like matching colors, and like it's an outfit. It's like, bro, just because you match these two greens together doesn't mean that this is an outfit. Nigga.
Yeah, it's like boo boo.
It's trash. What else happened on Christmas? How was y'all Christmases?
It was nice. It was low key. Went over to my parents' house for a couple minutes, or a couple hours, I should say, and unwrapped presents for my nephew. My mom made a little brunch, so we had. Like,
and that's what I need.
A little black baby.
I need a little black one. Yeah. I need a little black one.
That was real nice. Like watching a little black baby. I mean, he's almost 5 now, so so watching a little black baby like open presents and get excited about opening presents. Because like you typically know like what you're getting for Christmas at this point as adults. Like in my family, I got an air fryer from my parents and a couple other small things. I literally sent a picture of the ad to my dad. Said, "Hey, this is what I want for Christmas." I texted him. He said, "Bet, just bought it." I was like, "What do you want?" And like that's how we operate for Christmas now. It's like the magic of it's kind of gone because it's like ain't no Santa.
Yeah,
you're getting a couple small things. There's not a trillion presents under the tree. You're not waking up at the ass crack of dawn anymore. Like I want you to understand something. Is different, but when you got some black babies around, you get to see that excitement. It's great.
When I woke up, I went downstairs and put the sweet potatoes on the boil. Like that was
the highlight.
That was honestly like, oh, you know what? Like like that's when I knew there was a problem. Or like just I'm getting older because it was just like I gotta put them sweet potatoes on the bowls.
You're old as shit.
It was awful.
I knew I was getting old when in like high school or maybe college. My parents had to come in and wake me up on Christmas Day, and that's when I was like, all right,
maybe I should get up. Yeah, it was just me and Ashley. It was me, Ashley, and Jamal. You said what?
You said maybe you should get a what?
I can't remember.
He said maybe you should get up. I should get up.
Oh, get up. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said get a something. And
a baby.
Get up.
A black baby to borrow. I feel like you'd be a nice little Asian baby, Torrance. Like a nice little petite Asian baby.
Torrance would definitely not adopt an Asian baby.
Nice.
Y'all don't know my life. I could.
Father Torrance, can I have applesauce?
First of all, they wouldn't. I'm not doing this.
Was he a priest?
Just
it's a little Asian baby, like straight out of like a little accent and everything. I'll be tight for you. That'd be nice. It's like give them stuff, put them on Instagram. Like, look at this my little Asian baby.
Like, a little Asian baby.
It'd be great because little Torrance, look, this is what you should do. Get a little Asian baby with an accent, and then record the little Asian baby only eating black people food. Like, can I have my greens, please, Mr.
Oh yes, YouTube.
Not Father Torrance.
You could get paid off that little baby.
Oh, I love yams.
The highest paid YouTuber is that little 9-year-old boy that unboxed his toys.
Yeah.
They're near $30 million on YouTube.
Bought $1 million home.
Yeah.
Bought a multi-million-dollar home.
Yeah, go ahead.
Eating chitlins with like chopsticks and shit. Like, I love chitlins.
This is so racist.
Yeah, this is awful.
This is very bad.
This is the one. This is the.
I think so. Right before the new year, ghetto.
But I mean, I think it's a funny joke. I think Asian babies are cute. I feel like this is the age of making content in Torrance. I just feel as though that'd be a great intersection.
Honestly,
that's the thing. That's the intersection. That's my intersection. Getting an Asian baby
and soul food, yes.
And soul food. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, that's somebody's like soul food. You like babies.
That's somebody's bag, huh?
That's somebody's restaurant in LA, something a little black Asian fusion. Asian, they love hip hop culture too. That'd be great. This will be fire. I'm trying to.
I mean, the Koreans already fried some bomb ass chicken. So
I'm saying, right? Yeah, Korean barbecue. It could be any kind of Asian. It doesn't have to be. It could be Korean, Chinese, whatever. It's just a nice little cute Asian baby.
Thanks, Daniel. I'll put that on the side. I'll write that on my list.
I can wear the same outfits and shit.
My 2021 list.
That'll be tight. That'll be so fucking tight. I can't wait to see this. We're in pre-production right now as we record.
As we speak,
we're casting. If anyone has any spare,
Casting.
we're looking for cute, very cute, petite Asian babies with great manners.
Technically, you wouldn't even have to keep the baby. You just need it for the videos.
Yeah, we just
Be staged.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah, and we can just cast it, Torrance. If you don't want to be the whole responsibility, we can just cast a cute little.
What
baby.
are we?
What do you mean? What are we? What? It's like Rush Hour, but like different.
What do we want?
You have got to go.
It's like Rush Hour, but like
the house.
But like you go back in time.
ASAP.
It's like Rush Hour. It's like the prequel. Like you go back in time, with like the little Asian baby.
We talked about a lot of different things that we're watching. What else are we watching?
Baby Rush Hour.
I haven't been watching anything new recently.
That's a funny ass. Torrance buying baby shoes. Like, hold on, what size this fucking baby wear? Hey Torrance, what are you doing to that? This damn baby. I gotta take that.
We gotta record this video.
I gotta take this baby shoes back. It gets you can't fit these damn babies' shoes. Last ones I had a soft
honestly, that's how I would talk, so it's fine. Look, I can't even be too mad because that's how I would speak.
So he finally wearing the ones with the hard bottom shoes.
Because he need these hard bottom. I can't have no my baby having. Exactly, need some hard soles. Put some hard soles.
I will say though, as we start to get older though, I can't wait to start buying our friends like kids more presents and shit for Christmas.
Oh yeah, I'm buying the stupid shit. I'm buying drum sets and shoes. Like, bro,
this stuff.
You always have to buy loud, noisy toys.
I want the guitar that make the most sound, the most annoying. Mm-hmm. You gonna hear Old McDonald. Old McDonald had all the farms. You can hear all of the damn animals in that house. I can't wait.
Shout out to baby. Shout out to Black Baby. Shout out to that one Black baby that's on Twitter shooting basketball with his brother. He's trash. Calling his brother trash. That shit is the best.
Dad, he's trash, right?
That's the best shit I've ever seen in my life. I promise.
That was a great video.
But yeah, Christmas was great, man. Giving gifts, getting gifts, all that stuff is fun. I've definitely bought myself stuff too for Christmas. I'm at that point now where I'm just like, let me just clump all the things that I want for myself into Christmas and just like everyone's already in the mindset of, oh, this thing's coming in the mail, whatever. And I shouldn't be buying it for myself, but I'm buying it anyway. So
I don't know if I bought myself anything this year.
I bought this DJ deck and I bought some speakers for that. I bought some black Air Force Ones for myself. Mm-hmm. I bought everything else I got before. I bought this Versus t-shirt with that Gucci and Jeezy Versus. Mm-hmm. That's a hard t-shirt. I was excited when I got that. I bought something else, I think. But yeah, that's it. I'm done for now, I think.
Until next month.
Yeah, till next month. We gotta move, man. We gotta move. We gotta, it's expensive moving across country. It is. And now it's not just me.
Y'all driving or flying, right?
What we're probably going to do, this is probably the boring part of the podcast. We're probably going to sell a lot. We have a lot of like IKEA shit, like a lot of stuff we bought when we first got our apartments, and the budgets were low and the debts were high. So like this couch is $200, from Big Lots. Mm-hmm. The table that I'm on is IKEA, $100. Like it's, not in our living room. Our couch in the living room from IKEA, that's like $600 4 years ago. So like a lot of that stuff is not going with us. Long story short, so it'll be a lot of clothes. And like I'll see what I do with this exercise bike, if I take it or not. Shit like that. So I think as far as moving expenses are concerned, we'll probably be able to fit everything into like a standard box truck. And probably I would love to have someone just drive it for us and not have to drive a fucking truck across the country. And then we can just pack up like Bibles.
Do not drive a moving truck halfway across the country.
I was about to say, I didn't do that. Now I don't know about driving no moving truck across the country, but I definitely drove across the country and it was great. So
yeah, we'll just probably pack up the Jeep with like any valuables, and do it that way. But I'm not even. I want to be able to show up to my apartment maybe a day earlier, the day of, and let them niggas move. When we used movers for the first time this last time, I just realized how much better having people to move. Shout out to the Mexicans that move our shit.
Just life, and
they
quality
didn't give
of
a
life.
fuck.
I can't wait to hire movers.
them niggas came in with jeans on in the middle of summer. Like, we gonna move this shit.
Ready to go, bro. Movers be throwing some shit up. They will put a whole refrigerator on their back by themselves. Like
They know the sooner they get it, they get it in.
Ankles.
The more jobs they can do, and they don't give a fuck, bro. And I tell you, they had my whole apartment saran wrapped and put in the truck within an hour at our old spot. I was like, thank you,
That would
Jose.
have took you the whole damn day.
It would have took us the whole, even with help.
Even with time, exactly. Buying pizzas with people and buying all this extra.
Bro.
They did it,
and it's not too expensive. Like you, $200-$300, you can get 2 or 3 people, and
it's well worth it.
It's beyond worth
it's well worth it.
Yeah, I'll be doing that moving forward for forever.
All right, y'all, I gotta pee.
All right, y'all. This has been a great episode 95 podcast. Peace. God bless.
Deuces.
Hey.